The first batch of black-belly sheep out of Barbados has arrived in Guyana, bringing to life the cooperation agreement between Guyana and Barbados, through which that country will supply 1,000 of the animals. The first batch comprises 112 ewes and 20 rams and forms part of a joint initiative between the two governments to develop a regional brand of sheep to reduce the importation of lamb and mutton products in the region as CARICOM moves to reduce the region's food import bill. The small Guyana-registered vessel named Cutter arrived in Guyana around midday Thursday at the Rambaran's Wharf after a 50-hour journey from Barbados. On hand for the offloading of the animals was Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa and senior ministry officials, as well as Barbados' special envoy of the Prime Minister to Guyana and Suriname, Miss Althea Wiggins. In comments just before the animals were officially handed over to the government of Guyana by Miss Wiggins, Agriculture Minister Mustafa spoke of the importance of the project not only to Guyana, but to the region as a whole. He stressed that while the project is for a regional reduction in import of lamb and mutton in general, it will also serve to enhance the lives of the vulnerable sections of the population here in the target region, region number 5. Mahaika Berbiz.
As the President rightly said when he launched this program, 30% will be going to women, 20% young people, and also we are now involving this different able that group too. So all those groups will be involved in this the wearing of black belly to create this brand, to develop this brand, to build this industry. As I am speaking here, works are moving apace in Region 5, where we are now preparing a number of other pens so that those sheep coming from Barbados, pending to come from Barbados, will be going there so we can also continue the preparation. But this here will be a very important project for us in Guyana and the Caribbean. This is one of the ways we are working to reduce the food import bill. And when you look at the importation of meat and meat product in the Caribbean, it's among to a large percentage of foreign revenue and to import that. So we are hoping to build the livestock industry, and Guyana has to play that leading role.
Minister Mustafa said that Guyana is also focusing its attention on the rapid development of the poultry sector, which could play a major role in reducing the region's poultry meats and products imports annually.
Also, we'll be looking to improve and build our poultry industry, because right now we are self-sufficient, but we want to also be a net exporter of poultry and poultry product. 98% of the poultry meat and poultry product coming into the Caribbean are coming from overseas. So we are working to reduce that too.
According to the Agriculture Minister, the arrival of this first batch of black-belly sheep from Barbados is a physical manifestation of the government's vision of intra-regional cooperation and collaboration for the betterment of the region as a whole, and also reaffirms government's commitments to the development of the agriculture sector.
But today is a very important day for us, because as I was saying all over the place when I go, that when we make commitment, we take it very seriously. And this is the kind of result we are looking at. When the president travels overseas, when the president goes overseas, this is the kind of representation he's making to ensure that we have development comes to Guyana. And Guyana now is on the cusp of moving forward, not only in the oil and gas sector, but there are exciting times for the agriculture sector. And agriculture now it's taking its own. We are seeing more and more people coming into the agriculture sector. We are seeing more and more interest being shown in the agriculture sector, more renewed interest. So I am hoping that from here we can move forward, and not only the black belly industry, but we are looking forward to improve the entire livestock industry. We are working with the Brazilian to do the embryo transplant, to have better breed of animal in the beef industry, to develop our beef and dairy industry, so that we can also improve that. So all along we are working, whilst we are consolidating and expanding and the crops that we are producing presently, we are also diversifying. This year we'll be closing off close to about 4,000 acres of corn and soya, improved from 125 acres to 4,000 this year. And hopefully in the next 3 years we can increase that to 25,000 2 times per year. At the end of September we'll start the open field trial for wheat, and I am very optimistic that we will be successful. After that, if we are successful, then we can be a net grower of wheat and produce our own wheat. So generally, that I am saying, there are exciting times now for the agriculture sector. And this is only one activity that we are embarking on. So there are many other activities in terms of the livestock industry, in terms of the traditional crops, and the new crops that we are diversifying. Also, when you look at the aquaculture industry, we are moving up leaps and bounds. We were able to move shrimp production, brackish water shrimp, from 12,000 kilograms per month to 70,000 last month. I'm hoping by this month, at the end of August, we will be able to improve that to and increase that. So we are seeing tremendous improvement in all facets in the agriculture sector.
Also making remarks was Special Envoy of Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Motley, Miss Althea Wiggins.
This is a momentous occasion between Barbados and Guyana, where we have seen the St. Barnabas Accord in full action. The fact that we have shipped these sheep here safely from Barbados to Guyana tells us that we are going to get those 1,000 sheep here safe and in good condition, Minister. And this is a fantastic effort between Barbados to show CARICOM and the rest of the world what collaborating between countries can do for each other. And as we were discussing yesterday when I was at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, when we have concluded agreements in terms of the creating one domestic space between Barbados and Guyana, more benefits would accrue to both countries. So these sheep coming here and the delivering of them, I really want to thank the captain, the crew, Dr. McLean, all the persons in the Ministry of Agriculture, my beloved friend here, Dr. Waldron, who have worked assiduously to get those sheep from Barbados to Guyana in safety. And I know, Minister, you feel happy that there was no mortality rate and that everything worked out well. So this is the ongoing collaboration, and as you know, with AgriFest, we had 150 Guyanese there, and the relationship between Barbados and Guyana will continue to develop, and it will be the envy not only of CARICOM, but the rest of the world. Thank you, Minister.
The vessel that traveled from Guyana to Barbados to pick up the animals took with it a range of agricultural material and inputs, fruits, vegetables, ground provisions, and marked the start of the envisioned open space for trade between the two countries.
Whilst Barbados have been sending these sheep, and we want to develop the brand jointly between Guyana and Barbados, we are also reciprocating in terms of developing other sectors in Barbados. For example, when the ship would have leave Guyana, we sent a number of coconuts, planting materials, eddos, yam, ginger, so that Barbados can start up those crops.
Yes.
And what we are doing also, we are helping Barbados to develop the brackish water shrimp.
Yes.
Right? We have already sent our technician there, and they are now working with Barbados. So not only in Guyana, that's what I was saying, we are seeing a renewed interest. And you know, Barbados, the tourism sector was dominating, or is dominating there all the time. But we are seeing the diversification, and the diversification is going towards agriculture.
Also in Guyana, to oversee the smooth integration of this first batch of black belly sheep to arrive in Guyana under the 1,000 Sheep Initiative was consultant to the Barbados Ministry of Agriculture with specific responsibility for the development of small ruminants on the island, Dr. Leroy McLean. I asked him about his involvement in the development of the black belly sheep in Barbados.
My research was really looking at the genetics of the Barbados black belly sheep, because I always felt that it was a resource which was underutilized. And what we discovered in the process is that not only is the sheep very valuable in terms of its meat, internationally the meat of the Barbados black belly sheep is described as lean, tasty meat. But we have also realized that the hides make an extremely high quality leather. So we felt that this is an industry which we needed to develop, and more so because of the matter of food security. Barbados imports on average over 1.3 million kilos of lamb, or what is better put as other meat from sheep, because it is not really lamb. But and that is, we spend $14 million every year to do that. So as a part of food security, it's important that we develop the sheep industry, because $14 million is nothing to ignore. So we are trying to contribute to the improvement of our food security by having this product.
It is expected that once the black belly is crossed with the local breed, that the genetic traits that allow for up to 2 lambs per dropping 2 times a year would facilitate the acceleration of the sheep population in Guyana and create a special brand. According to Dr. McLean, there are 2 facets to the program.
Okay, well, there are 2 aspects to this program between Barbados and Guyana. One is where Barbados would be providing sheep for Guyanese farmers. And these are the ones which will be used to cross with other breeds. Because the black belly is not a very meaty sheep. And there are some people who want to get more fat and that sort of thing on the sheep. But however, the black belly is a very prolific sheep. So by crossing the meaty sheep and the prolific sheep, we hope that we'll be able to get more meaty sheep rather than in the case where you may now get just 1 lamb, we'll be able to get probably 2 lambs or even 3 by using the Barbados black belly sheep. And the other aspect is where Guyana will be providing Barbados with land for Barbados to rear black belly sheep in Guyana. And this is very important for us because our Prime Minister set a goal of having 1 million sheep. Now, Barbados is 166 square miles. And people always ask where you put all these sheep. But we believe that with modern husbandry practices that we can get very close to that number. But having the opportunity to rear sheep in Guyana now allows us to be able to do it more rapidly because Guyana has the resources of land, water, hay. You know, most of the resources are here. And it would also be a lot more economical to rear a large number of sheep in Guyana than
you
would
would
be in
slaughter
Barbados.
here and take the meat back to Barbados.
Right. No, the whole thing, as you know, the government of Barbados and the government of Guyana have got this agreement where the sheep will be slaughtered in Guyana. And I understand the Guyanese government is in the process of looking at establishing a modern state-of-the-art abattoir. So the carcasses would then be exported to Barbados, where we have the specialty cuts for the hospitality industry, as well as for not only use in Barbados, but for export as well. And as I said before, when we have that large number of sheep, we then have the hides, which we can now develop a really good leather industry.
Dr. McLean disclosed that the Barbados Ministry of Agriculture will be providing ongoing technical support to their local counterparts in Guyana in ensuring that the animals are properly acclimatized and that the receiving farmers are assisted in providing the proper accommodations and feed for the animals.
We have been collaborating with the GLDA for some time now. They have some very, very experienced and talented persons there. But we also have to, the black belly needs some husbandry which the persons here may not be as familiar with. So therefore we have Mr. Neil Yard, who is one of our agricultural officers in Barbados, and myself will be doing some training for ministry staff as well as for farmers. That's going to be over a period of 3 days or so, but obviously we will be moving back and forth to ensure that we provide any technical assistance that is required here.
The rest of the black belly sheep are expected to arrive in 3 to 4 batches over the next few weeks.